In the heart of southern Africa, amidst the sweeping savannas and dense jungles, a small yet formidable military force emerged. This force captured global attention with its unconventional tactics and indomitable spirit. The Rhodesian Army, active from 1964 to 1980 during the Rhodesian Bush War, was a paradox of its time. It was both a relic of colonial pasts and a harbinger of modern guerrilla warfare. The story of the Rhodesian Army is one of strategic brilliance and relentless resilience. Despite being outnumbered and isolated on the international stage, this military force carved a niche in military history. It became one of the most effective and feared armies of its era. But how did a lesser-known country with limited resources manage to create such a formidable reputation? To understand the prowess of the Rhodesian Army, one must first explore the geopolitical landscape of the mid-20th century. In 1965, Rhodesia, a British colony, unilaterally declared independence in an effort to preserve white minority rule. This act of defiance led to international sanctions and widespread condemnation. It also set the stage for a bloody civil conflict known as the Rhodesian Bush War. Facing insurgents from the Zimbabwe African National Liberation Army, ZANLA, and the Zimbabwe People's Revolutionary Army, ZIPRA, the Rhodesian military was forced to adapt rapidly. They had to innovate tactically. Central to the Rhodesian Army's effectiveness was its emphasis on counterinsurgency operations. They leveraged the terrain to their advantage. Unlike conventional armies of the time, the Rhodesian forces developed a unique approach to warfare. They blended traditional military strategies with guerrilla tactics. The Silo Scouts, an elite special forces unit, epitomized this hybrid strategy. Their operations were characterized by deep penetration reconnaissance missions and pseudo-operations. They would disguise themselves as insurgents to gather intelligence and launch surprise attacks. The Silo Scouts became a symbol of the Rhodesian Army's ingenuity. They mastered the art of deception and psychological warfare. Their motto, Pamwe Chete, meaning together only, underscored their tight-knit cohesiveness and unwavering unity. This unit was credited with the elimination of thousands of insurgents, often operating behind enemy lines with minimal support. Another key component of the Rhodesian military strategy was the fire force technique. This innovative airborne assault tactic became a game-changer in the Bush War. By deploying troops quickly via helicopters and Dakota aircraft, the Rhodesians could respond with lightning speed to insurgent attacks. This mobility allowed them to strike insurgent positions before they could melt away into the bush, effectively neutralizing threats with precision and speed. The fire force operations blurred the lines between conventional warfare and guerrilla tactics. They established a new paradigm for military engagements in asymmetric conflicts. The Rhodesian Army's effectiveness was not solely due to its tactical innovations, but also its highly skilled personnel. The military drew from a pool of experienced officers and soldiers, many of whom were veterans of previous conflicts such as World War II and the Malayan Emergency. Their expertise and knowledge of counterinsurgency warfare enriched the ranks of the Rhodesian forces. This fostered a culture of discipline and adaptability. Training was rigorous and relentless, with a focus on physical endurance, marksmanship, and survival skills. Every soldier was prepared for the harsh realities of bush warfare. Despite the Army's undeniable prowess, its success was marred by the moral complexities and political controversies of its time. The Rhodesian government's stance on racial segregation and minority rule sparked widespread criticism. This led to its isolation from much of the international community. Yet, this isolation also served to foster a sense of self-reliance and innovation within the military ranks. It pushed the Rhodesian Army to develop strategies that defied conventional military wisdom. As the conflict intensified, the Rhodesian Army continued to refine its tactics and expand its capabilities. The integration of air power, including the use of Hawker Hunter jets and Alouette helicopters, amplified their operational reach. The synergy between ground and air units brought a new level of coordination and effectiveness to their operations. This allowed them to maintain the upper hand despite the increasing pressures of war. The legacy of the Rhodesian army is a testament to the complexities of military strategy. It also highlights the human spirit's capacity for adaptability in the face of overwhelming odds. However, as the war dragged on, the dynamics of the conflict began to shift. This introduced new challenges and uncertainties for the beleaguered nation. In this unfolding chapter, we delve deeper into the intricate tactics and the changing tides that defined the Rhodesian military experience. As the Rhodesian Bush War progressed into the late 1970s, the landscape of the conflict evolved. This posed new challenges for the Rhodesian army. The insurgent forces, Zanla and Zipra, became increasingly sophisticated. They received support and training from sympathetic nations and the Eastern Bloc. This escalation forced the Rhodesian military to continually adapt and refine their strategies to maintain their effectiveness. One of the significant figures in the Rhodesian military landscape was General Peter Walls. As the head of the combined operations, Walls played a pivotal role in orchestrating the military strategy against the insurgents. His leadership was marked by a pragmatic approach, often leveraging the strengths of his diverse units to execute complex operations. Walls understood the importance of intelligence and information warfare, which led to the formation of the Special Branch. The Special Branch worked closely with the Selous Scouts to gather crucial data on insurgent movements and intentions. Under Walls' guidance, the Rhodesian army emphasized the necessity of winning the hearts and minds of the local population. This was seen as crucial in undermining the insurgents' support base and establishing a secure environment for military operations. Efforts were made to engage with rural communities, providing medical assistance, infrastructure development, and protection, all aimed at cultivating loyalty and cooperation. Despite these efforts, the Army's association with the Rhodesian government's political stance often complicated its relationship with the local populace. The Fire Force operations, a hallmark of Rhodesian tactics, continued to evolve during this period. The seamless coordination between ground troops and air support was refined with technological advancements and strategic insights. The Alouette helicopters, known for their maneuverability and speed, became a crucial component in inserting and extracting troops. Alongside these helicopters, the Hawker Hunter jets provided close air support, delivering precise strikes against insurgent positions. This combination of air mobility and firepower was instrumental in disrupting insurgent operations and maintaining pressure on enemy forces. However, the challenges faced by the Rhodesian army were not solely tactical. The international embargoes and sanctions imposed on Rhodesia created severe logistical constraints. Ammunition, spare parts, and essential supplies were in perpetually short supply, forcing the military to become self-reliant and resourceful. Despite these limitations, the Rhodesian army managed to maintain a high level of operational readiness through local manufacturing and innovative solutions. One notable operation that exemplified the Rhodesian Army's ingenuity was Operation Dingo, launched in 1977. This operation targeted guerrilla camps in Mozambique, where Zanla insurgents were known to train and rally. The offensive involved a meticulously planned assault, combining paratroopers, airstrikes, and ground forces in a coordinated attack. The operation was a tactical success, significantly disrupting Zanla's capabilities and showcasing the Rhodesian Army's ability to project power beyond its borders. However, the political ramifications of cross-border operations added complexity to the conflict, drawing criticism from neighboring countries and international observers. The human element of the Rhodesian Army played a crucial role in its operational effectiveness. The soldiers, drawn from diverse backgrounds, shared a common bond forged through intense training and shared hardship. The camaraderie among the troops was a defining characteristic, fostering an esprit de corps that bolstered morale even in the face of adversity. Soldiers like Chris Schulenberg, a renowned tracker, and Lieutenant Colonel Ron Reed Daly, the founder of the Selous Scouts, became legendary figures within the ranks. They embodied the tenacity and skill that defined the Rhodesian fighting spirit. Despite their tactical successes, the Rhodesian army was increasingly beleaguered by the political and social currents of the time. The global tide was turning against colonial regimes, and the pressure for political change was mounting both domestically and internationally. The insurgent forces, though battered, were buoyed by growing international support and the ideological momentum of liberation movements sweeping across the continent. As the war drew toward its final years, the Rhodesian army faced an uncertain future. The political negotiations and eventual transition to majority rule loomed large, signaling a profound shift in the region's political dynamics. Yet, amidst these transformative changes, the legacy of the Rhodesian army's fierce and strategic prowess remained etched in the annals of military history. It was a testament to the ingenuity and resilience of a force that for a brief moment defied the odds and captured the world's attention. The story of the Rhodesian army is far from complete, as the unfolding events of the late 1970s set the stage for the ultimate resolution of this complex and turbulent conflict. As the conflict neared its end in 1979, Rhodesia faced mounting internal and external pressures. The Lancaster House Agreement, brokered by the British government, sought to establish a framework for peace and transition to majority rule. This pivotal moment marked the beginning of the end for the Rhodesian army, as negotiations paved the way for the creation of Zimbabwe. With the political landscape shifting rapidly, the Rhodesian army's role transformed. Once a force of relentless offense, it now focused on maintaining stability during the delicate transition period. The military's discipline and strategic acumen were crucial in preventing chaos as the country prepared for its first democratic elections. Despite the challenges, the Rhodesian army's legacy endured. Its innovative tactics and effective counterinsurgency strategies influenced military doctrines worldwide. These strategies left an indelible mark on the study of asymmetric warfare. The training programs and operational methodologies developed during the Bush War have been analyzed and adapted by numerous armed forces. This underscores the far-reaching impact of this small yet formidable military. As the nation transitioned into Zimbabwe, the Rhodesian army was disbanded. It was integrated into the newly formed Zimbabwe Defense Forces. The soldiers who once donned the Rhodesian uniform faced a new reality. This new reality required adaptation to a transformed political and social environment. The story of the Rhodesian army is a testament to the complexities of war. It demonstrated remarkable tactical prowess and resilience. It serves as a reminder of the intricate interplay between military strategy and political change. This echoes through the annals of history,